This podcast is brought to you by Body Armor. DrinkBodyArmor.com. Get your edge.
Introducing Body Armor Edge, sports hydration with the boost of caffeine.
Here comes John Morant, dribbles up into some full court pressure. He's quick, dodges, blowing by the defense, going coast to coast. One man to beat, and it's the big man. John leaps up. Oh, and hammers
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, there's no better way for John Morant to get his edge. It's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge.
You're listening to EPPN's Today with DW Sports Edition with DW, Mr. Tom Greer, and Snacks.
Snacks is fucking back in the studio. It is the Tuesday night edition of Today with DW, the sports edition, coming off a very long snackcation.
Yes, snackcation.
Snackcation.
I don't know if you want to call it a snackcation, though.
Anyway,
You were
thank you for joining
definitely
us on this-
missed Snacks.
Yes,
I was afraid it scared you away. We had our one episode where it was just you and me, and then bam, Snacks is gone. I'm like, shit.
I didn't like that one. Tom screwed that up. No,
It's the start of football season in semi-pro land, so it's like trying to get everything together, figure out the season and all that stuff, get players ready. So
evening, Mr. Little.
Hola,
Welcome.
Brian.
Enjoy the show. And check out Brian Little's network. Put your link in the comments below, Mr. Little, and we'll give you some props. So you've been gone, what, 2 weeks or so? I mean, you've been around, but
Feels
you've been
longer.
Gone. Yeah. So what's going on? Give us a little bit of background on what's going on with the Green Jackets. And am I going to get in the announcer booth this year? Am I going to get in the announcer booth?
unless they have a social distancing rule that we have to know we don't know about that's going to be in the booth where it's just you and somebody else. But no, I everything with COVID starting to lighten up, and we're just getting ready. The guys have been practicing, coaches are getting everything ready, prepared. Trying to get.
So we're a go.
Right now, we're a go. So everybody else is. Some of the other leagues have started to put everything together. Some of them don't have their schedules out. We're having a little bit of a snafu with our schedule
Because of the other teams.
Yeah, we had one of the teams that couldn't get on a school property, so he just decided to take a year off, and then it kind of threw a monkey wrench in everybody else's schedule. So we're trying to fill some holes, find some other teams to come in and play us and things like that.
So does that mean you lose a game out of the season, or?
Well, we lose. So the Schenectady team was in our division, the Green Jackets and Plattsburgh's division, the East, and so we lose 2 games each. So we lose a home game and an away game.
So we'll go from 6 to 5.
Yeah, but we've already picked up one of the games. We're going to play July 10th away in Syracuse. So that's one of the games, but we're just trying to pick up another home game on September 11th.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm excited to get back.
We need it. It's a little bit, the guys are itching to get back and play.
Yeah.
And, we got to get Tom to come up. Maybe he can get in the booth with you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
It must be
of
pretty.
course.
It must be pretty awesome because I bet, especially last year with the whole lockdown and stuff like that, a lot, and like the beginning of the pandemic, all that stuff was looking a little bleak, and now even you guys, it's pretty freaking awesome. It looks like you're gonna basically, for the most part, be full steam ahead.
It's fun. It's people don't realize that semi-pro football is like you going out and playing softball right now. People that go out and play softball on these teams and things like that. It's just a little bit more. It's got more structure that needs to be put to it. I mean, you got to have game schedules. You got to pay the refs. You got to, have uniforms. You got to have all that stuff because that's what our league wants. The Empire Football League wants that. So,
Yeah, it's not coming in your flannels and some old.
no,
football.
it's not like sandlot football. It's basically, and some people, and we've had people that came in. I mean, when I played, we had a couple of guys that showed up to Queensbury when we were practicing out back, and they got rattled. I mean, we had shoulder pads and helmets there, and they put the stuff on, and they got done. They come over and they handed their stuff, and they go,
See ya.
we're like, yeah, we thought this was more like
football?
like pick up football or something like that, and we find out it's not. So yeah, it is what it is. It's just trying to get everything together. With the pandemic, this year is going to be a really funky year, and then next year, hopefully with everything, knock on wood, is back to somewhat 100% normal.
Nice.
So
we're gonna get some improvements in the press box?
It's in the plans to do it. I mean,
hope
we don't.
so.
Our first home game.
You know what? All I want are new speakers. That's all
I've already
just want new speakers
looked
in the field, because the
No.
speakers that we got there, I'm playing Motley Crue and it's like, I'm like,
Yeah, no,
"Aw."
we're actually looking at new speakers that go on top of the press box.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And
Instead
then
of
they got the new
poles.
lights in, so the new lights are in.
The new lights are in, right? So they're gonna instead of the two poles facing, they're gonna be facing out to the field now. On the
yeah,
press
they'll
box?
face
Oh,
out.
that'd be
So they'll
cool.
be on the 50-yard line. But
Sweet.
they're doing some improvements right now. Ben's been doing a lot down there with the baseball team and the Dragons.
Yeah,
So they start what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
No, next
Next week, I think. Yeah.
Next Friday they have their first game. So they're trying. They got a good group of kids coming in to play and
Good.
things like that. So we need it.
And
Everywhere needs
And
it.
any other request is I want to at least shoot the shirt cannon once.
You just can't shoot anybody like that one year.
Yeah, no, oh my God, the first
One
time.
year. Oh my God. I thought they maimed the kid.
Oh no!
The first day that we ever have the shirt cannon out there, and I swear we take a kid out.
The first shot, the stuff wasn't the CO2 or whatever wasn't high enough, and it just comes out and it's all
It
just
felt
dropped out, and then
felt
the
like-
next one come out and it just the poor kid's like here.
Almost
All of a
took him
sudden,
right out.
Just took him out, and I'm like, holy cow, we're gonna be calling the 911 for
The first one went like 2 feet. The other one was almost took this kid right out in the face.
turned up the compression,
no.
and it came out. I was like, oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, he never got up for a 7th inning stretch at a baseball game ever again.
yeah, pretty much. So while you have been away, we've been talking. We've been throwing in some pop culture because Tom's a pop culture guy. So I figured we'll ease you back in because we didn't do a poll because we wanted to ease you back in and we didn't want you to get so excited because that's one of your favorite segments is the polls.
Oh yeah, I love the polls. I was sitting there when you said that the other day. I was like, oh Jesus, here we go.
We haven't done one of those in a while.
I know. Well, because Snacks hasn't been here,
That's
and
true.
then I called out Snacko, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing it." So if Snacks isn't going to do a poll, I'm not going to do an L poll either.
Al Snacko is supposedly going to be making an appearance in Ohio on somewhere. I think either June 10th or 11th. Yes, he's going to be making an appearance on Facebook.
Oh wow! All right, that's cool. We're going to do a live Facebook stream of Al
could,
Snacko.
hey,
We
listen,
should do
we
that.
could.
We
He's
should do that.
going out to hang out. So
you're big into pop culture too, and
Yes.
we haven't talked to you in a while. There's been a lot of shows that have come out since the last time you were on, like Jupiter's Legacy. Did you watch?
I have
that?
not seen that one yet. That's one that I do want to watch.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I haven't seen it because Tyler's in it. Tyler Main.
Yeah. Yep.
So I wanted to see that.
Tyler Main's a good actor. I do like him. I do.
When I met him down at the con,
yeah.
I mean, it was great. Him and who's the other guy there that's for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh crap.
The
Yeah, I know who you're
the
talking
shorter
about.
guy.
Yeah, it'll come to me.
Yeah, but anyway, I met them, and Tyler. It was funny. He stood up, and I was
Oh, hey, you're pretty tall.
like, yeah.
I
said,
thought you'd be
I've-
shorter.
I've lined up against guys, pretty big guys, but you're tall. So he's in there. I haven't seen that, but I have watched the Bad Batch.
That's great.
We talked about the Bad Batch last week, and I'd never finished Clone Wars. I only did the first season. I should probably go back and watch the other ones. Bad Batch for me, like I think I said this on last week's episode, is more children oriented. It seems more light, more fun, more geared to the younger generation than the Clone Wars and Rebels and whatnot, because it's got I guess she's a clone or whatever she is. It just seems more light and friendly and fun, more so than Clone Wars was. So it's
But I think
changing the
they're
direction.
building. I think they're building it up. I think they're built. I think Omega is a clone.
Yeah.
And I think that there's things that are coming into light now that it's going to show who she's the clone of.
Right.
And I think she's got more. I don't want to say powers, but she has more fighting techniques and things like that
she knows of
that
yet?
she doesn't know yet. It's like all of a sudden,
Like pre-programmed.
yeah, it's just like remember with the Iron Giant. You hit the Iron Giant in the head, and his eyes turn red, and all of a sudden he wants to shoot everybody.
Right.
Whenever
Yeah.
everywhere else he was with Hogart and everything.
Well,
he was-
that's a callback. Wow, that's a
Yeah,
deep
so, I
pull
mean,
right
great
there.
movie.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's
is
a
that
great
those are-
movie.
those are the things
Right.
that you think of. It's like he was Superman one minute, and then he gets a clunk in the head
Right.
or whatever, and his eyes turn red. So I think that's what Omega is going to bring to the whole thing. Is there's going to be something that's going to trip her,
Right.
and she's going to show her true colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good or bad, you think?
I-
She might-
I think she's good. I mean, that's the thing is that she.
See, I think she's going to she could turn bad. Like there's that switch.
Yeah, but I think that she I'm just trying. I mean, in the storyline so far, I think that who was it that designed the clones? What's the name of those?
Oh, I forget.
But anyway,
Who designs the clones? Tom?
I can't think of
I
the actual
don't-
name.
No.
Those tall, creepy looking things.
I can't remember.
So anyway, they're tall, creepy. Their design. They make clones to
Fight,
right? Be combatants.
and now
so-
they're not making clones anymore because they got the order. They got the order to stop making clones.
Caminos.
The
Yeah,
Caminos.
but I think that they are.
I think
they have that. It's like having that ace in your pocket. I think.
Oh, they got an extra card somewhere.
I think that
yeah.
Omega is the extra card in the pocket.
Oh, that could be. That could be.
That they don't. That the Empire doesn't know about.
Right, because the Empire told them to stop making
Right.
clones. They don't need them anymore. So now they're a
Yeah.
little upset. So they hold the card that they can
Yeah.
control what's going
Tarkin
on.
came
Like
back
order,
and told
like
them.
like Order 66.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that they're trying to figure out what Order 66 is because it's not in their compute.
Right,
They're not computing that.
in the Bad Batch. Right,
Right in the Bad Batch because those were the oddballs. Those were
the misfit toys.
Yeah, right. That's what they are, the misfits. And
and they seem to have more powers than the regular clones. Like one's super.
Well, that's what
strong,
it
one's
was.
Super intelligent.
well,
they
they're
were
also-
they
they're
were
not
they were
just
genetically
clones.
altered. Yeah,
Right.
they were the genetically altered ones that they changed from the regular
regular
Jango
batch.
Fett clones. Yeah, they
Right.
tried to alter them a little bit. That's why they all have those special.
They were the screw ups
abilities.
from A through B.
Yeah, A
So
through B.
A-
Yeah,
So you know what I mean?
I-
It's like you get clone A, clone B, clone C. So every time they made a batch, they were like, "Oh, this guy, he's a bad one.
right,
Let's put a stamp on his back, and he's gone."
right,
So they
Yeah.
they actually took over some human characteristics as well.
correct.
Yeah.
They learned outside of being
Just a
combative
clone.
clone.
Right.
Yeah. I also just love anything that's a story like that fills the gap between the prequels and the original trilogy, like how the Empire like formed and like progressed and stuff like
Right.
that. All that
See a little
is
bit
all
more of the
that
background. Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. I love all of it. It just I don't know. I feel like it just sheds a different light on some of the Star Wars things, and I feel like it also validates a lot of what the prequels did. So
If you really
You
want to
know.
know what I think
it makes the
Omega-
prequels better.
that's what I
think
mean.
that
Yeah,
the
exactly.
last episode,
Yeah.
the
Last
bounty
week's,
hunter or whatever that came in,
Yeah,
I think that's Omega's I think that's her clone.
you think?
I think that's her feed. I think that's where she was cloned from.
Oh,
And I
maybe.
think that's why she wants Omega.
Oh, that could be. That could be very cool.
So
On a different list, Army of the Dead. Either one of you watch it yet?
No,
Oh, come on. Did you?
I'm not
You
big
can't-
into zombie stuff anymore.
Yeah,
you
I'm
have
not-
to watch this one because I'm not big into zombie stuff either. But this movie was better than any episode of The Walking Dead in the last 3 effing
But
years.
who is it? Is that the one with Batista?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was good.
Yeah,
It
I
was
saw.
good.
I haven't watched
Zack
it. I'll watch
Snyder's
it.
looking for a trilogy out of this. He wants to do 2 more out of this. That was the plan, to do a trilogy out of this. The twists were awesome. It's not your standard
Yeah, but
zombie
wasn't
movie.
this movie already made once before? The Army of the
No,
Dead. What was that
no.
one? What am I
It
thinking
was-
of with the
it was
dude with the freaking
Oh, you're thinking of
Army of Darkness?
Army of Darkness. Yes.
Yeah, that's
You're
that's why I
thinking
didn't
of-
really watch
Yeah,
it.
no, it has nothing to do with that.
I thought that was a kind of like
You know, there's some bad, rough edits. There's some movie subplots that are missing, but it's a zombie movie. It happens. But it was for a B-rated movie. It was really good. I found it very entertaining. I gave it a 6.9, and that's pretty high considering. I mean, everybody's like, "Why did 6.9? That's not high." I'm like, no, actually, 6.9 is actually a good
They were
movie.
bringing
There's 4 and 3 points that you don't want to go see that movie. 6.9, I will watch some. If somebody rated a movie that's 6.9, I'd watch it. It's entertaining. It's popcorn. It's definitely not a 9 or 10, but it's what it is a popcorn zombie movie. And so, Tom, I think you should watch it because it's not your standard
Maybe.
zombie movie.
Maybe
No,
I'm just
maybe.
I'm so turned off from all zombie stuff. It's all
Why?
friggin' lame now. I don't know because I don't know. I just got
You
I got
watch- you have Walking Dead fatigue. That's what you
I watched
have.
the well, I mean I haven't
I
gotten over my Walking Dead fatigue. I gave up on that shit.
Can't run.
Yeah.
Can't run from them. Hopefully the
Well-
zombies can't run that
Well,
fast.
spoilers, these zombies aren't that slow. And
Well,
there's
that's
two
exactly.
and there's 2
I'm
classifications.
just gonna stop. I'm gonna go.
This
Wait a
is
minute.
pretty cool. There's slow zombies and then there's the fast zombies.
Great.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Can
that'll
they
make
do
me
that in
sleep.
Zombieland?
Zombieland, I think we're all fast zombies.
Are
I
they?
don't think they were
Fast
just
zombies or fast zombies?
fast zombies. I don't think they were slow zombies.
How the hell do you have a fast zombie? They're brain dead.
I don't know. Did you see I Am Legend? Those mothers were fast. Those mothers were fast, like super fast, like Superman fast. and I didn't care for that movie either. But
Yeah.
I recommend watching Army of the Dead just to give it a different take. Batista is really kicking some ass. He's going to be the next Rock. I think he's really pushing. He's really pushing to do some more movies. And every movie he does, his acting does get better, just like The Rock. The Rock's first movies were horrible. I mean, they were just disgustingly bad.
You didn't like The Scorpion King?
Oh my God, shoot me in the foot right now. Really? I think Batista did better in Guardians of the Galaxy in his first movie than.
Well, he was great. He was great in Guardians.
That wasn't his first movie.
It was his first
No,
big
he was
role.
in-
Big
it was-
role. That's his first
He
big
was
role.
in James Bond.
That doesn't count. This was his big role, and he only had like 6 lines the entire movie.
He was the bad guy.
Yeah, but still, this was his big role, and he only like 6 lines in the movie. So how could you go wrong with that?
He plays an idiot in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Pretty much, he does. He talks. He doesn't say much. But anyway, go ahead and check out Army of the Darkness. I think, or Army of the Dead, excuse me. I think it's pretty entertaining. Popcorn flick. If you're not, I'm not big in the gore, so it was kind of gory for me, but I was all right. But I'm not a big horror person because of the gore. I don't like. I mean, nobody gushes blood like that. There's no way in hell when you cut somebody's arm off and you get like quarts of blood in your face. That's not the money shot anybody wants. And there's no way in hell does that ever happen. That just doesn't happen. I'm like, why? So Rob Zombie, stop making horror movies or remaking original classics because you're destroying them.
They got to be doing something right because they turned around. They were playing the other night. I'm flipping through the channels, and all of a sudden, I'm one of the channels they've got Night of the Living Dead playing the black and white version.
Well,
of it.
that's cool because that's original. That's
Yeah.
cool. Oh yeah, I'll take that. I'll watch that any day. That was really awesome. But anyway, I mean, they have their own horror channels at this point.
No, I know.
So anyway, let's get into today's show. I know Snacks is really looking forward to this. Rodgers comes out and ready to leave Cheesetown. Another NFL player wanting to leave his team for greener pastures. No, that's not a pun. They're going to the Green Jackets. NBA superstars don't have to follow COVID protocols, even though they're celebrating. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Brought to you by Body Armor, the Shirt Factory and Venture Family Fun Center. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Introducing Body Armor Edge, sports hydration with the boost of caffeine.
Kyler Murray drops back, looks downfield. Here comes the blitz. Murray finds an opening. And 99 dives and he misses. He's got daylight. Murray sprinting, picking up speed.
With 100 milligrams of caffeine and 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes, there's no better way for Kyler Murray to get his edge. It's more than a sports drink. It's Body Armor Edge.
It is the sports edition, Tuesday night edition. Today we DW with Mr. Tom Greer.
Hola.
And Snacks is back. Back in the seat.
I don't know if I'm ready for this. I feel like I'm gonna get slapped by both of you here.
I'm not going to slap anything. I mean, Rodgers said it all. We don't have to really say much. So if you missed it before the break, we were talking a little pop culture, but and I was off pod. I was patting myself in the back because I called this about a month and a half ago, even though Snacks is giving me crap. Rodgers comes out and is ready to supposedly leave Cheesetown. Now, it might be a clickbait title that I put that on there, but during an interview with ESPN's Kenny May, not only was the Packers quarterback asked about all the drama in Green Bay, but the reigning NFL MVP was also asked directly if he demanded a trade this offseason. After the two exchanged some pleasantries, Maine cut to the chase and asked Rodgers one simple question. Are you a cheesehead? No, he said, are you demanding a trade? Here's what Rodgers responded with my situation, look, it's never been about the draft picking Jordan. The reigning NFL said, I love Jordan. He's a great kid. A lot of fun to work together. I love coaching the coaching staff, love my teammates, love the fan base in Green Bay. It's been an incredible 16 years. But who did he not mention? Obviously, he mentioned the front office, which we've talked about numerous times. So right off the bat, let's get Mr. Greer's take on this whole situation that has obviously escalated since the draft.
It kind of sucks for both sides, kind of, because like on one hand with Rodgers, like I mean, I'm with what Snacks has been saying this whole time, that if they give him enough money, Rodgers will probably stay. They back the truck up, the dude's probably going to stay.
But
You give somebody
Snacks,
enough money.
yeah, but didn't Snacks even like a month ago saying about more money that they gave him more money already in his contract?
Yeah, but he's not. But yeah, but I mean,
Didn't they give him more
for him
money
being
already?
Aaron Rodgers. Well, he's
no,
at the
they
end of his
hadn't given-
deal.
They hadn't. Yeah, right. He still has to honor he's got another year left, so he's
Right.
got to honor that. They raised that a couple years ago when they gave him that restructure. But the thing is that he was asking for more money. What was going on behind? Well, it wasn't going behind. It was going on as people could see it because they were reporting it. Was all the players? I mean, your blindside tackle was taking a pay cut,
Right.
so that they could free up some cap money. And then running backs and receivers and every defensive guys, they're freeing up cap money so that they could. What were they going to do with that? If they're freeing all that cap money,
They've made dumb purchases.
well, no, it's not so much that they made dumb purchases. Is that they have so much, but because he was asking for so much more on his contract,
Right.
they were trying to free up enough to appease him to do that. So
Obviously
now,
not,
he's sitting there talking about players and things like that, but your players have a little bit of animosity when they're giving up their money and you're still talking about leaving or that you're not happy with this and that and everything else. Why doesn't he? I just wish, like I said, Tom and I were talking about it before the things. Why don't you just come out and say, like you didn't do today, just come out and say, I'm not a fan of Gutekunst and I'm not a fan of freaking Murphy because these guys are not in my back.
Right.
They don't have my back. When Ron Wolf was there, Ron Wolf would go and tell him just what it was about. Gutekunst has been going back and just going back and forth and doing stuff behind his back.
Right.
That's all he wants. He just wants a little bit of openness.
Right.
If you're going to do something, let me be part of that person when you're making it. And you're not including your quarter. He's your franchise.
Yeah.
And they're not
Right.
making him part of the process of the decision making.
Right.
And they don't really need to, but still include him.
It's nice, but it would be nice to, especially since he's like, again, one of the most talented and like he's arguably one of the best quarterbacks to ever step on. Not arguably one of the best quarterbacks to step on the field. You could argue the best, but he is the Packers' success. Without Aaron Rodgers, they're not in championship game after championship game. They're not making the playoffs every freaking year. That's why I was saying this is kind of a crappy situation as a whole because, look, Rodgers wants out because he hates the front office. He hates their GM. He hates he hates the front office of the team. Like everybody else, hates the people who put the team together. Only problem is the team that'll give Rodgers the best chance to win is the Packers. There's not another team.
Really? Are you really?
There's
There's
not
no other
another-
team.
There's not
No
another
other
team. There's not another team in the NFC that's looking for a quarterback right now that would take Aaron Rodgers and be as successful
Why
as
you gotta
the
stay
Green
with
Bay
the NFC?
Packers. Because
Well,
you want to go to the
well,
AFC and have to fight Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson? No, I wouldn't want to fight
he's
Pat.
not gonna-
I don't want to
they're
go
not
against
gonna-
Pat Mahomes.
They're not going to put him in the NFC. They're not going to trade him to an NFC team because they don't want.
They're not gonna. They don't want to deal with him.
They don't want to. They don't want to have to. Well, no, they don't want to have to deal with to go through him.
Yeah.
But
Definitely
the
not gonna
thing
go
is
through an
that so
NFC.
Mark Murphy's been there for at least, I'm going to say, at least 10 to 15 years. He's been the president of the Green Bay Packers. So, with that being said, you've had Ron Wolf there that was the general manager for the same amount of time.
Right.
Now you got Gutekunst in there, and he's
Gutekunst?
Yeah, that's his name.
It really did.
Kuntz or whatever the hell it is. I don't really care. But anyway,
I don't think it's cunts.
It's
Well,
an
if you
unfortunate
look at-
last name. It's an
yeah,
unfortunate.
it's very
last
unfortunate.
name.
But anyway,
It's appropriate for this topic, though.
I think that Rodgers has a problem more with him than he does Mark Murphy. That's why
Yeah.
he didn't come out and say front office or anything like that. And he didn't mention anybody because he didn't want to be finger pointing.
Oh yeah, of course.
But he should come out, and everybody knows that.
I think he's too smart for that. That would really put him on the spot.
Right. Oh, no, it would. But that's what I'm saying to you is that's what people want to hear. Say, look at what is the real problem?
I think if he does retire, or obviously he's got one more year. I don't know what the clause is in his contract, or how much it would cost to break the contract, or his whatever to go.
Well,
to
they have to
another
pay.
team.
They had to pay what they're losing. They
Right.
basically, if he's got 13
I
million,
don't think another team's got that kind of money and on top to paying him. But I think after he leaves the team, then he's going to announce those names of what was really going on. He's definitely. I think he's a professional. I think he as much as the Green Bay Packers haven't given him just due. He's doing the things right. He's not calling out, pointing fingers. He is being professional and an upright player in a person. But I guarantee you, the minute he steps off Green Bay's field and drops that jersey, it's gonna all come
Yeah,
out.
I don't see. I don't
I don't think I still don't think he's going to
That's
leave.
not his makeup.
I also
It's
still
not gonna
don't
be- it's
think
not gonna
he's
be
going to
like
leave.
he's going to be like bad mouthing, but he's going to name names. I'm sure he will.
I don't think anybody's going to give him what they need to give the Packers for him to
There's
go.
no
So
way.
like Tom
This-
said, I don't think.
Yeah, he's
I
got to
don't think. I
retire
think
or he's got to
he's
stay.
either gonna play there another year or he's gonna retire.
That's
and
the
right
only
now,
situation
all the
he's got.
all the Green Bay Packers have to do is coax him a little bit, maybe give him a little bit of extra money. Go trade for Julio Jones. I know he's the next story on the list, but go trade
Yeah.
for him. Line him up with Devontae Adams, and then you're probably winning a Super Bowl. They were in the championship game last year.
Right.
Rodgers won an MVP last year. You
well,
know,
who's
they're
gonna
like,
free up the money. That's
true.
the other.
I don't know how
thing.
much.
Who's
I don't know
gonna
how much
free up the
Julio
money?
has left on his
Julio-
deal.
I don't know what Julio has on his contract. I think he's got 13 million.
Damn, he ain't that good.
But yeah, no, I think it's a really crappy situation, especially for Rodgers and the Packers. I mean, the Packers, you know,
Well,
I'm
the Packers
kind of
made
with
their
you.
own bed though. Let's
They
put it
did. They did. No, they
listen.
did. They definitely should have. They
GM
definitely
did.
should have. They definitely should have kept Rodgers because I kind of don't believe the whole the Rodgers not having a problem with the pick has to be some later on stuff. Like he had to have just gotten to know Jordan Love being with him to
Right.
really make, because you remember what, like earlier on after they made the actual draft pick, Rodgers said in an interview that he wasn't too thrilled about the
Right.
pick.
He
You
did.
know,
He
like
When they got rid, so here's the thing: when they got rid of Mike McCarthy, it was because there was too much friction between the front office, Rodgers, and McCarthy.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they got rid of McCarthy. When they went and interviewed coaches, Mark Murphy, I guarantee you, because that's the way he is and the way he operates, he brought Aaron Rodgers into the picture on who they were going to bring in as the next coach. So he was part of that process. He had been there. He deserves it after being there for 15 years or 14 years at the time before they brought in the coach. They brought the GM in when Ron Wolf retired and GM came in, and he thinks he's all that in a bag of shit.
Right. Right.
So he's going to try. You got two alphas.
I think it's a bag of chips.
Well, you got two alphas that are trying
Yeah, of
to
course.
butt heads
Yeah.
and show who's got bigger nads than the other one. So the GM is trying to say that he's got more power. And
Too many
listen,
Chiefs, not enough Indians.
yeah, but he's trying to show that he's got more power
Right.
than Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is like, you know what? Let's see that. Let's put
Right.
that to the test.
Right.
And I got news for you. If Aaron Rodgers does come play and comes out and he like you said, he makes it known that this is why he's
Right.
displeased with, he's going to let it know, because
Yeah,
he's going to
yeah.
come back and say, I'm not listening to him.
Right.
And I
right.
guarantee you, he may not come out on the press and do it, but he'll do it with Mark Murphy and those guys and say, I will take stuff from you guys
Right.
and the head coach, but I am not listening to him.
Right. Yeah.
That man has anything to do with anything that I'm doing, I'm done.
And that always seems to be, it's always the upper office that always seems to be the issue. I really do think sometimes it's a lot more of the upper. We even talk about that when it's Marvel or DC movies, going back to pop culture. There's always the suits that screw up the good things. So maybe this is the case too with the team. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I just really can't imagine. I just can't envision Aaron Rodgers playing for another team and being as successful as the Packers have been. You know,
Okay,
another team that would be able to get him. I don't know who that would be. You know,
How about, so did you feel the same way of Brady going to Tampa Bay?
I was saying Brady was going to win a Super Bowl when he got down there.
Oh yeah, you were the one that said that. What did I say? I said Cam would make it to the playoffs too.
I said Cam would make it to the playoffs too, but I knew Brady was going to still be good in Tampa.
But Tampa gave Brady what he wanted.
Right.
No, that's what I'm
Brady
saying.
said-
Like, they pretty
when
much
Brady
did.
went,
They pretty
when Brady
much
went
did.
like this and goes, I would like this new toy. I want this guy on my team. They went,
Okay.
where do we sign him?
Right.
Get him
They
here
just
and we'll
re-signed
sign him.
Antonio Brown. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
signed and then re-signed Antonio Brown this
But
year.
that's what I'm saying is that when he wanted the new
Yeah.
shiny toy, they got him the new toy.
Right.
Aaron
Yep.
Rodgers sits there and says, I want Julio Jones. And they go, we can't afford him. Well, find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. They're not doing it. Tampa did what they had to do for Brady
Right,
to get where they
so,
got.
So let's go. I'm gonna get my ass chewed for this. So Brady, as a quarterback through the Patriots, took numerous pay cuts to make sure that he got the weapons he needed for the Patriots. Why doesn't Rodgers do that?
Because Rodgers probably feels that he's underpaid as a quarterback from the get-go, where Brady was
First off,
making more.
Brady's actually paid less
But you
than
can't-
Rodgers.
but
Rodgers
you
in the
can't-
top 5. Brady's is barely in the top 10.
But you can't. But I mean, like, look, that was Brady's choice. I mean, like, if I'm Aaron
But
Rodgers,
again,
I'm
if
not
you're going to bitch and
necessarily.
complain about having nobody on
Two
your
different
team,
makeups of
Other people-
quarterbacks.
Other people have won Super Bowls without having to forego money for the rest of the team. Eli Manning
I understand.
I will admit, Eli Manning was one of the highest paid quarterbacks in all of football, and the man's got 2 rings on his finger. So you don't necessarily have to give back money to go win Super Bowls. The
But if
Packers
you
are
want
just
it that
falling
bad,
just for
I
it.
would
just
then do
short.
it.
Yeah, but he made that all back over time.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
So would
He-
Aaron.
if
so would Aaron
he
Rodgers.
gave up money-
So would Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
make
but
it back
Aaron Rodgers has been to one
and,
Super Bowl
and
win.
Rodgers, exactly. Why not give back your money? He's also making more money than Brady does.
I
So
understand
give it back.
that, but
So
what
give
I'm
it
saying
back
to you
get
is that
what
when
you
Brady
want.
gave up that money, he wanted that ring. He wanted that,
Rodgers
and
doesn't.
he got it. Yeah, he does, but Rodgers isn't going. Well, that's 2 different makeups of quarterbacks.
Well,
And you also have Aaron Rodgers, and if we've been making this argument that the Packers haven't done enough to surround Aaron Rodgers with talent, why would you be so willing to give that money back if you're not confident that they're going to take that money and surround
Correct.
you with talent?
well, the
That's
deal
because
is
we've
I
made
give this
teams-
money back. This is
because
the
for the
person
most
I
part-
want.
Because for the first
Go ahead.
for the most part, winning teams and contending teams are all built through the draft. And the Packers haven't drafted anybody to help Aaron Rodgers very much, and other than what? Devontae Adams in the second round a few
And
years,
they
like
haven't
6,
really
7
gone
years
for any
ago.
free.
He hasn't
You know,
gone
that's
for
how you
any-
build a winner. That's how you build a winner through the draft. The
So I put in the deal
free
that I'm going to
agency
give
is-
you. I'm going to give you $80,000 or $100,000. This is the player I want, and the only way I'm going to do it is by giving back my money. Don't tell me that Brady said, "I'm just going to give you this money," and not say this is who I want it for.
But it was,
I'm sure he did.
Right.
I'm sure.
That's gotta
Well,
be the deal.
but I mean, the Packers could still do that. Like I said, look, I'll use the Giants as an example again. The Giants had
Yeah.
no cap space this year, and they signed like 5 or 6 players with
Right.
with little to no cap space, like barely any. So in the NFL, you could find ways to make it work. You could find ways to work the contracts so that it helps you down the road and bring in players. Like
Mhm.
they can make it work. They're just not doing it. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
don't get me wrong. I feel for Rodgers. I really do. I really do. Well, we've all in agreement that the team has not been taking care of him. I think all 3 of us have been pretty much saying that for a while.
but we could say that. We could also say that, and also say that the team is in the playoffs every year. They just were in the NFC Championship game, so like they're not far off. Like it's not like Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in football and playing on a mediocre team that's like making the wild card round. No,
But you're taking back
the
what you're
Packers make the
saying. But
playoffs
now you're
every
taking,
year.
But now you're taking back what you're saying because for weeks you've been saying that the team is not giving him the weapons he needs.
Because they don't have
definitely
enough.
said
They don't
that.
have enough to get over the hump. They're really more. They're not as concerned with who they could surround Rodgers with, and now they're more concerned about who they're going to replace Rodgers with.
Well, that's on them
Because
again.
I think they've done more free agency signing in the last 3 weeks on quarterbacks than they've done in the freaking last 4 years in any position.
Well,
free
because I think they're
agency-wise.
concerned that he's going to be.
Well, no,
he's
they
gonna
haven't.
bum.
I mean, they basically went out. They got linemen this year in the draft. They got a couple D backs, and they're relying on the players that are coming in. Where what Tom Brady did with Tampa was they went out and got seasoned veterans.
Mhm.
They went out to the free agency market and got the weapons that he wanted around because there was a lot of people that were freed up, and he said, "I want them here."
But Tampa as a whole had good bones already. Like
They did.
Tampa,
They did.
like Tom Brady did. They did add a couple extra players like Gronk and Antonio Brown and stuff. But for the most part, they drafted a stud lineman out of the draft. Brady walked into Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, OJ Howard. And then I think they signed Leonard Fournette, who nobody expected to be as good as he was. So there weren't that many pieces added that Tampa didn't already have.
Right.
They just
I agree with
did
you.
really well. Like
that-
Tampa just did really well drafting and were one quarterback away. The Packers,
That dream.
they
that
haven't been
football-
as good drafting to help Rodgers.
That was like a diamond in the rough. That matchup with Brady and Tampa Bay is like 1 in a million. Because
Yeah.
we talked about this going, that team's got to adjust to a quarterback that can't run out of his own shadow. Yes, he's got some great receivers and whatnot. I didn't think they'd make the playoffs. That team is one of them, 1 in a million. And I'm not saying because it's Brady, because I'm a Patriots fan before I'm a Brady fan, but that's that kind of star power with, or let's say great quarterback going to a team that had to change their whole way of playing to focus on him because damn well he wasn't changing his way to playing for that front line.
No.
That doesn't happen.
It's just a more talented quarterback because Jameis Winston wasn't exactly I'm going to run for my life quarterback. He was a guy that was sling back and just throw it downfield, but Brady's just a better quarterback.
I'm not giving it to Brady. I'm giving it to the rest of the team to adjust to a quarterback that they're not used to ever. Like he can't run. He can't do this. They have to change their whole front line. And I've told you before, the Patriots front line with Brady is probably one of the hardest working front lines in the NFL ever.
Yeah, but dude,
but they did it well.
When Tom Brady walks on the field and your chest goes out a little bit further, your shoulders come up. You're like, all right, we got this guy. This is gonna be it.
But I'm giving it more to the team because the team had to do more.
The team built up. They built up around him.
Yes.
Yeah, but also, I mean, the virtually the same team before they got Tom Brady, because it's what Bucs were. The Bucs were virtually the same team with a couple of extra added pieces, very minute. The Bucs without Tom Brady were not making the playoffs. The Bucs with Tom Brady are winning a Super Bowl.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm totally not. I'm not disagreeing that fact. I'm just saying that
James Winston had a 30-30 season.
That team shows not even though because they're he's got great weapons. That team learned how to adjust quick on a COVID year, on less practice time, no pre-games or preseason games. They really showed what talent is. I mean, granted, we got some great catchers, receivers, linemen, but they really adjusted in the adversity of one of the toughest.
They developed
years.
Around Tom Brady.
Yes, well, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly.
They took everything that they had learned and pretty much enhanced it by saying, "Okay,
but a lot of
he's
teams
a pocket quarterback. We need to make it so that we have a solid pass pocket." Offensive
but
line.
A lot of teams can't do that. So that's why I'm saying that front line and the entire team, including Brady, really adjusted in adversity because listen, we didn't have preseason. We didn't have a lot of practices, so
and you're not going to have now they're adding games and doing away with preseason. Yeah. They're getting away with so it's still the same. It's just that it's going to be the game's going to count now.
We're going to move on to more NFL. Come on, Cam, please do good this year. I'm praying to the Patriots gods. We'll see what happens. Anyway, during an interview with ESPN, wrong one. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Julio Jones said Monday, he says, F you, because I'm Julia,
not Orange Julius, not Julian Julius.
Oh, Orange Julius. I used to love those.
Okay. It's Julio.
Oh yeah.
Julio.
Did I say Julio? I did.
Yes,
say
you said Julio. Yeah. Okay.
Julius Orange. I love Orange Julius. Do you remember those?
Can we get back on the subject?
I know, but
yes,
awesome.
Orange Julius. Have you ever had an Orange Julius?
Tom's too young.
I have not.
Okay.
Tom's too young. I don't think they're around anymore.
No, they're not. It's like a smoothie.
Let's get it back.
No,
you don't eat it with a spoon.
No, don't put it on a pole either.
Don't put it on a pole. Julio Jones has said Monday he's planning on leaving FU and leaving the franchise during an interview on FS1. Pretty much he said, I'm out of here. Jones said when he reached by telephone by Shannon Sharp on the network's Undisputed Show. 32 Jones 32 requested a trade from the Falcons at the beginning of the offseason in March, but the organization was trying to protect him and work quietly behind the scenes. Yeah, obviously he's not keeping that quiet. Adam Schaffer reported on this and has been talking to other teams for weeks. Falcons prefer not to trade him in the NFC, but would do so for the right price, the source say. So before we get into Tom's thoughts on this, do you think there's a lot of moving and shaking, more so than maybe years past? And I'm wondering if it's still due to the Brady move and what he did, because we've seen
definitely that caused now
that players are like, well, Brady left. Well, why can't we? Screw it. Well, I'm out of here. And I think he's setting a trend.
I still remember when they started free agency.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, I still remember when they turned around and but you had players that played on teams for 17 years. Right. And they didn't go anywhere because they were locked into contracts.
Right. Tom, what's your thought on this?
I'm not surprised though, because like Julio's been there for 10 years, I think it is. Like 2011 he was drafted, and they went to the Super Bowl, blew a lead against the Pats, and then the Falcons are always a disappointment, like year after year. So I do not blame him for wanting to leave. Like not one bit. I thought it was funny because I watched the clip of that happening. Shannon Sharp's on the phone, like calling him on live TV, with Skip Bayless, their debate show across the table from him, and then he's
That's
like
balls.
tells him at the very end of the call, he's like, "Oh, by the way, we're on air," and hangs
That's
up the
ballsy.
phone.
That's balls.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
balls.
I think he'd actually get in trouble for that, but
You can get in trouble for that.
yeah, but what was he said? I think they were asking him because there was a picture that was circulating of him in a Cowboys shirt, and he said he's not going to the Cowboys, which is good for me. I'm great. I'm thankful for that.
Where would you think
but-
he would go?
I don't know. I saw Baltimore.
Because they don't want to
was
trade him in the
rumored.
NFC. Because again, they don't want to go up against
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I mean, I saw Baltimore was a
Yep.
possibility. It was some of the stuff that they were reporting on it. That's all speculation, but there's a lot of teams that can use Julio Jones.
Yeah, I mean,
Packers,
the
one of them.
Patriots were looking at him. The Packers were looking at him.
Could you imagine Julio Jones and Devontae Adams? That would be it.
That'd be
Julio
great.
Jones, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Rodgers.
If they sign Julio Jones within the next week or two,
Rodgers won't go anywhere.
Rodgers won't go anywhere.
Nope, because there's a Super Bowl coming.
Yeah, very well could be.
And then he'll be. And then the thing is, but how is he going to handle it? He's going to
Who?
backtrack. Rodgers. How's he going to backtrack? I want to see him backtrack from everythtrack.
I don't
Well,
think
he's
he will
probably
have to
just gonna-
backtrack
he's probably
because
just
they
gonna
gave
say
him
he
exactly
just
what he
wanna win.
wanted, and it's exactly what he'll say. I don't think he'll backtrack at all. I think this is exactly what he wants.
But see, that's the thing is if you got somebody. Okay, so here's the thing. This is the double-edged sword here. So Rodgers saying he doesn't want to be there, but then they go to try to get Julio to play there. Who do you use to go and try and get him there? Wouldn't it be smart if you had Rodgers say, "Hey, listen, I want you to come here."
Use Rodgers as
But they can't. They have.
Well,
no
it's not
tools.
necessarily going to be on to Julio, but it's also just going to be on whatever package the Falcons get that's best for them. Like I know Julio's going to
they're
probably
gonna
want to
ask
go
for
to
a
a
lot.
winner. Yeah, they're going to ask for a lot. You
And
know,
they don't
well,
want him to go with the NFC.
I actually
anyway.
don't know because he's 32, I think. He's like 32. How much are you going to get for a 32-year-old wide receiver?
I heard they really didn't want much. They weren't looking to because he can sit out too. I mean,
Because they're not
that's
going to
the
give him
thing
they're not going to get a first
these
round.
guys
draft
can
pick,
sit
no way.
out. They can retire and sit out,
Sit out.
and then
Oh,
come
I
back
agree.
when their contracts were up.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, we're gonna move. Go on to a little bit of the ice. Gonna get a little chilly. Josh Bailey took advantage of a sloppy giveaway by goaltender Tristan Jerry, sending the puck into the wide open net 51 seconds into the second overtime to give the New York Islanders a 3-2 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins in Game 5 on Monday night. Tom, how do you feel about this, Tom?
I know I'm being a big homer with this one because I know there's plenty other hockey news I probably could have put out, but I
That's
could have
all right.
picked. But no, I'm pretty freaking happy. I love when they beat the Penguins, and the fact that it was Josh Bailey that scored the game winner in double overtime is pretty awesome. Just because Josh Bailey's the longest tenured Islander, like he's been here forever, and
Right.
it's cool to see him actually get the
hockey's getting
game
a bad
An
winner.
rap.
Islanders fan, isn't he?
I'm a huge Islanders fan.
Yeah.
I bleed blue and orange, my friend. Except
Don't
in
you know
football
that? I
season.
mean, Mets, Islanders, and he loves. But he
Wait
loves
a
the
minute,
Boston
Did
Red.
they even play hockey the other night?
But he
The
does
first
like-
game one. Did they even play hockey? All I saw was fights every 5 seconds.
That's the best part of
Then all of a
hockey.
sudden, both lines are in the freak. Wasn't it them that was both?
There was like
lines were in
10
the-
guys in the box. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
put. I'm like, well, who plays that hockey then? I'm not a
That's
hockey
how it
guy.
is.
The two
That's Islanders
goaltenders.
Penguins.
I always
That's
see
Islanders
that,
Penguins.
that's what I said. I go now. So what? The couple of guys that were at the bullpen, they're sitting there, and I go, so now what happens if both lines are in the box? Who comes out and plays? Is it the goalies?
Just the two
Do the
goalies.
do the two goalies try to outmaneuver each other in full pads?
That'd be funny.
And he's
Yeah.
like, no, they put 5 guys. I said, what's the penalty?
the water boys. They're bringing the water boys.
I said, what's the penalty? I go, but then what's the penalty?
Suit the
Why is there a
coaches up.
penalty? We're taking everybody off.
Well, you should know he likes the Mets, the Islanders, and his basketball
I
team.
couldn't
You know,
remember.
the
Was it
problem
Islanders
is
or
the
the
basketball
Rangers?
team
He's
now.
down south.
Basketball team he likes is the Boston Celtics. I don't understand.
How
Why?
the hell
Hell
that
no.
happened?
Yeah.
I'm
Hell
totally
no.
kidding. I'm just totally kidding. He's a Knicks
Knicks
fan.
shirt. I'm wearing a Knicks
He's a
shirt.
Knicks fan. And they're doing well. What the hell
Yeah.
is going on with
Well,
that?
they lost game one. They lost game
That's
one.
all right.
against the
Uncle
Hawks,
Stevie's
but-
got the Uncle Stevie mojo going on right now.
Why is he on the
I don't know.
Knicks?
The Uncle Steve, there's 17 injuries on the
Is he
Mets
on the
right
Knicks
now. I don't know
too?
what's happening.
He's gonna
What?
buy the Jets and
Stevie own the Knicks?
he's gonna buy the Jets
No,
and the
no,
Knicks
no.
this year.
No, no.
Also,
Uncle Steve-
Ilya Sorkin stopped 48 shots, a franchise playoff record for a rookie goaltender.
The white
pretty
whale. The
Uh,
white whale. The best goalie to come out of friggin' Russia. This dude's an
and
animal.
kept the Islanders in the game during a regulation Penguins controlled time from nearly start to finish. That's pretty impressive.
He
Way
was
to go,
good. He was
way to
really
go, way
good.
to
I
go,
was
Russian.
watching that. We were recording GHR while the game was on, and I had it on my laptop right next to me because I was engineering the
How
show.
Brim like that one, buddy?
And I'm trying to not like freak out while we're recording. I think Bailey,
How'd Brim like that one? Did you tell Brim you were watching the game?
he wasn't even paying attention. He could probably see, but he wasn't even paying attention. But yeah, Bailey.
Tom's like, yeah, and it's a commercial break.
We're mid segment. I think Kim's. I don't remember what Kim was talking about at the time. But Bailey scores the game-winning goal, and it took every bit of me to not yell, like just in the middle of the segment while we were recording. I threw my hands up in the air. I was like, yeah! Oh, okay, I can't say anything.
The next time I talk to a Brim, I'm like, hey, listen, it's cool because he watches Mets games during our show. So
yeah, Kim was probably in a detailed conversation with him, and he just all of a sudden they pan in on him, and he's like,
what? Yeah. I keep getting lighter and darker. I need to fix this.
I couldn't help it, man. It's playoff hockey. Playoff hockey is some of the most exciting playoffs that exist. Like,
awesome.
Oh man, it was so that was probably the best bubble playoffs I watched. Like hockey playoffs were better than basketball's playoffs when they bubbled up last summer.
Right.
I'm just having a good time. I hope they win tomorrow. If they win tomorrow at the Garden, not in the Garden, in the Coliseum, they send the Pens home back to Schittsburg, and and the Islanders go to the next city, go to the next team. I hate the Penguins.
You're gonna jinx your team anyway.
what is it, the best of 5?
7.
That's a 7, yes.
Oh no, dude! Sean. I'm not expecting any wins right now. I'm not predicting any wins right now. I'm crossing my fingers and toes and hoping that they win.
2-2?
3-2. They just got to win. They just got to win tomorrow.
Welcome, Sean Murphy, and welcome, SF. This is the Tuesday night edition with Mr. Tom Greer. Snacks is back from Snackcation.
Yeah. Snackcation.
Now we're gonna move on. Tom did a good job today. I mean, we still have baseball to talk about, but Tom did a good job in keeping our.
Is it the
topic.
broken nose guy?
No, that was last week.
I missed that one.
Yeah, that was My
wife's like, watch this. I said, oh.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. LeBron breaks protocol and NBA does nothing. So I don't know how to take this story. Los Angeles Lakers up somewhat of a superstar. LeBron James avoided suspension in a fine for violating the NBA's health and safety protocols before the team's play-in tournament game against the Golden State Warriors. James was at a promotional event with hip-hop star Drake and actor Michael B. Jordan. Do you know who he is? Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is
Creed?
that like somebody?
Creed.
He was in Black Panther.
He was in the Black Panther. He was the villain in Black Panther. Yeah. And he's got a great Netflix or is it Amazon Prime movie out now. But anyway, this was for Lobo 1797 Tequila, a brand he is an investor in. NBA Chief Communications Officer Mike Bass released a statement explaining why the league chose not to suspend James prior to the Lakers game against the Phoenix Sun on Sunday. So to clarify any remaining misconception, LeBron James briefly attended an outdoor event last week where participants were required to be vaccinated or return a negative test result. Now, this statement was read on Monday. Under these circumstances, in consultation with medical experts, it was determined that his attendance did not create risks related to the spread of COVID-19, and therefore no quarantine was necessary. Over the course of the season, there have been numerous similar violations of the league's health and safety protocols, which were addressed by the players' team in similar fashion. Under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their individual commercial arrangements, such as sponsored appearances, ad shoots, and therefore. So, if this wasn't LeBron James, I'm not really sure if that the fines would or he would have not got fined. But because it's LeBron James, I think that's why.
Double standards.
I have to say a little bit of a double standards. Tom's take.
It's 100% because it's LeBron James. There's no way the NBA was going to have him have to suspend him, fine him right before a Golden State Warrior, them playing the Golden State Warriors in the play-in tournament. And ain't no way it was going to happen after, like, just LeBron James in the playoffs. They already went through LeBron James not in the playoffs once before, and they're like, yeah, this isn't happening again.
Right.
So
somebody got paid off to keep.
It's LeBron's league.
And don't think that somewhere down the road, if this ever happens again, that somebody's not going to throw that back out. Well, you didn't do anything to him then.
Right.
Why are you doing anything to it now when these are the protocols that were set forth from the get-go? Yep. So they basically, by taking his side, have opened up Pandora's box for the future.
This is going to cause repercussions down the road.
It's going to a ripple effect.
I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, like things are starting to like reopen again. So I guess I think eventually it's
I don't
just going
think
to
it'll
not be as
definitely
big
be
of
a
an issue.
COVID situation, but it's going to be a similar situation. Well,
It's a rules
well,
violation. If you have,
well, LeBron broke this rule. Well,
Right.
and they didn't fine him. I broke this rule. Why are you fining me? That's bullshit.
True.
And that's where it's going to happen. That's where
that's
it's going to be.
that's what I was getting at. It wasn't about the COVID. It's about anything
breaking
down the
the
road.
rules.
It's like, listen,
because of who you are.
this is the rules and the stipulations that we set forth, and this is what you do it. So if you violate that rule, then you have to be punished for it.
True.
But
Yeah, you're right.
honestly, and this is going to come back. This is definitely going to come back. It may not be 6 months, it may not be next season, may not be a season after, but it's going to come back hard.
We'll be talking about it in 2 years.
We could. I mean, crap. If anybody though, Dennis Rodman set that rule precedence for breaking rules left and right. And again, who was Dennis Rodman? No, he didn't even show up for practice for how many times, and he was in the playoffs. And they still said, okay, but he didn't make practice. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Granted, they won, but
it's funny that we're just talking about this and this happens. I just got an alert on my phone from The Athletic. Apparently, Kristaps Porzingis, he's the center for the Mavericks. They also are in the playoffs. Just got fined $50K. He's not going to have to quarantine, but just got fined $50K for attending a nightclub and violating the NBA's like an NBA like rules violation. But he got fined. He just like it literally. I literally just got it. Like as you were saying that, Herb.
Breaking news, everyone. We got breaking news here. See, it is who you are.
Yes.
It's totally who you are. So bullshit.
And you don't think they're going to be talking about it tomorrow? They're going to be talking
maybe.
all because that
that's
just
gonna be
came out.
huge.
It's going to be all, and they were bad. I mean, I don't want to say bashing, but a lot of the talk shows that were on today were all against what the league did by allowing LeBron James not to get in trouble. And they're just sick of it. They're saying this is the thing. It's like I said, double standards. That's basically what they were all saying.
Even back in the day, that people were kind of upset with Rodman too. I mean, he definitely didn't get.
But that was different.
It is different, but still, he's
there's not as
breaking the
much
rules.
social media that back then with Rodman
But
than there is
rules are
now.
I know,
Right.
but rules are rules, and he broke a lot more rules. That's for damn sure.
Right now, social media is killing a lot of these guys because it's
instant.
It's instant.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
bam. I mean, look at Tom. He just got
He
it.
got
What
it.
we're talking about.
Ding. Fries
You
are
mentioned
done right
somebody's
there.
listening to your phone. That's what it is. They can hear this podcast. I went over and that thing popped up.
Big brother. On that note, I mean, it is the body armor halftime minute. We'll be right back.
Calling it a day, Carrie?
Oh no, there's more.
Like what?
More reps, more steps. More this, more that. More time to breathe. More hustle, more grind.
There's more to Carrie Underwood.
And I should wrap by midnight.
Impressive.
And there's more to Body Armor Light with natural sweeteners, no sugar added, and only 20 calories.
You're listening to Today with DW Sports Edition with Mr. Tom Greer.
Hello.
And Snacks is back. The snack attack is back.
I didn't eat a lot. Jack will tell you I did though.
Starving.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. So we almost made it. We almost made it, Snacks. We almost made it. But we're going to get into today in sports history first. Brought to you by Adventure Family Fun Center. Visit them at adventurefamilyfun.com. They are now open inside, outside. Reservations are encouraged, but not mandatory as they were
Correct.
before. No masks. They are open. New York State has lifted up their mask regulations. But, you know, they're still practicing safety and cleaning.
Social distancing and things like that. They're still walking around and wiping down all the games and
I'm
stuff.
assuming their hours are the same.
Their hours have been changing
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday still?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but they're open Monday.
Oh, because Monday's
Monday,
Memorial
Tuesday,
Day?
and Wednesday, 3
okay.
to 7. It
3 to
may
7.
change. He's been
Okay.
changing it as he sees fit
Okay.
to kind of do it. But you can go on, the Facebook, or you can go on
Their website,
their website, and they've been
adventurefamilyfun.com.
changing it. Yep.
And for being fans and listeners of of Today with DW show, we had a code that went out last year, and from Snacks telling me, talking with the owners, it did very well. So we're going to put out another code. Snacks likes these 25-letter codes. At DWADV 2021. We need a shorter code, but we'll change it next month. This code will get you 6 go-kart tickets for $35. That's $10 off the regular price. So regular price is $45. You're saving $10 on this. So get 6 of your friends, if you have any, or bribe some people to go with you, and go to Adventure Family Fun. Now, we've kind of joked before, and we talked all last season about getting Tom up here, but because of COVID, we're definitely getting Tom and Kim. By the way, Tom gave us a shout out 2 weeks ago on the Grindhouse Radio, and they were talking about the go-karts, and Brim said that he was going to kick all our asses, but I know how much that guy weighs. I don't give a shit if there's an engine on that goddamn go-kart. He ain't winning nothing.
I already know which one's the fastest one out of them all.
I know that there's two.
Yeah.
So Brim is going to have to sit in the double go-kart because there's no way in hell Brim is going to beat us. The only thing Brim's going to be able to do is demolition derby.
He
and try to take
me. How much does he weigh?
He weighs more than you. No. Yeah, he's shorter than you, but he's a big boy. But the both of you, even if you get out first,
it's going to be fun. I'm trying to talk to them about after the Memorial Day weekend, but I'm very much looking forward to it, especially since we're finally out of COVID.
Yeah, things are, like I said, things are opening up here. I mean, you got the fun centers opened up, and then
but again, Brim, calling you out, buddy. Even if you get out, it's the only thing you're going to be good at is demolition derby because I'm going to be lapping your ass.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I put him straight.
Don't worry about it. I'm $3 bills. So,
can you even fit in one of those?
Yeah, I fit in a cart. It's one amazing.
I'm not insulting you, but
it's amazing what you can do with a little Crisco or WD-40. Way the sides of the seat,
grease up the sides, get a big shoehorn.
You need the shoehorn to get out and a crane.
Hank goes naked.
No, that's if I was going to go around wearing my mask the other
day. Before we get, we got some comments. Sergeant Jackson. Yo, I love your streams. I used to watch them when I was taking a break from the U.S. Army. Your streams are fucking awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Goddamn hilarious. Awesome. Thank you for tuning in. But again, Adventure Family Fun, visit them for more information, and they will get back to you very good quickly. They're very good. Even on their social media page, they contact you. Again, Adventure Family Fun. So take it away, Mr. Tom Greer. What happened in Today in History?
Okay, today in sports history, back in 1922, Babe Ruth was suspended 1 day and fined $200 for throwing dirt on an umpire. Now, how funny is that? $200.
Even Babe Ruth can't get away without breaking the rules.
And he's baseball Jesus.
Yeah, you got fined.
The Great Bambino.
The Great Bambino.
Yeah, the Great Bambino. 1935, legendary American athlete Jesse Owens equals or breaks 4 world records in 45 minutes at the Big Ten meet at Ferry Field in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Remembered as the greatest 45 minutes ever in a sport or in sports. Which is pretty good. Imagine breaking 4 world records in 45 minutes. Jesus.
That is amazing.
1941, Ted Williams raises his batting average over 400 for the first time, and that was obviously in 1941. 1951, though, Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, plays his first major league game. He goes 0 for 5, and he's a Hall of Famer, so it was all up from there. And 1981, Carl Yastrzemski of the Boston Red Sox at 41 is the 4th player to reach 3,000 Major League Baseball games, along with Ty Cobb, Stan Musial, and I think Hank Aaron.
Yep. Oh, awesome. And that is Today in Sports History, brought to you by Adventure Family Fun. Hank, we almost made it.
I know that was 4 things in the.
I know, but no, we almost made
4
it.
4 things out of the 5 sports history that was all baseball.
No, but I was hoping we would make it without going into baseball, but I saw this. I think there's also
he's going to have baseball on his sports history. He's not going to go without baseball.
Tom's got this little thing on TikTok and on Instagram called Lunch Break Takes.
I start laughing at him.
And I think it's for the fact that nobody wants to eat lunch with him and he's got nothing else to do. So he's lonely. So he does these lunch break takes. I joke, but they are very entertaining. Check them out on his it's Mr. Greer on Instagram and on TikTok. I think some of the baseball Jesus now, that's a cool nickname for a wrestler, though. There you go. We should incorporate some of those into the sports edition, which I think he kind of did, because I did have him. He did talk about this, I believe, yesterday on your lunch break takes. So too many no-hitters. At this point in the NBA season, there have been 6 no-hitters thrown, which has baseball poised to shatter the record most thrown in a season. So far in 2021, 6 no-hitters have been thrown. As I said, the record for no-hitters thrown in a season is 7, a number that has been recorded 4 times in MLB history: 1990, 91, 2012, and 2015. the no litter. The no litter. Yeah, don't litter anybody. Public service announcement.
No
Don't
litter?
litter. Yeah, don't litter. The no hitter has lost its luster considering baseball has hit a wall offensively with league-wide batting average as the lowest it's ever been. Well, okay, I'm going to call Tom out on this because obviously he did the rundown here. Just a couple days ago, he also said that home runs were lackluster because there's too many home runs. Can you not have one or the other here?
Well, I mean, but I think there is a happy medium because like baseball's. I mean, you'll hear it about everybody if you listen to any sports show. I hear people talking about how they say baseballs has a problem because all they care about is home runs and they don't care about strikeouts.
Right. We
talked
about that.
So yeah, home runs are fun. I love when they hit home runs because it's action. It's
as you said
nice,
though, they become lackluster because
they have because everybody hits them. You don't have guys that are just looking to get on base and like what they used to call table setters. Like it's either home run or strikeout, and that sucks because that means there's really not a lot of action on the field. Like how boring is it? Like we're talking about all these no hitters that are being thrown, and they're being thrown within the span of like 2 or 3 months, and it's just no hitters or no action. Like nothing's happening. The other pitcher is shutting this team down.
But doesn't that mean that the pitcher is a great pitcher?
Yes, I understand that, but there's no action. There's no action in the game. Like when they're happening so frequently, and you're seeing guys just either strike out, not get on base, not keep the game moving. It gets boring.
So do you feel then the batter is more of a cause of the no hitter because he wants the home run and is willing to sacrifice a strikeout than rather getting a base hit or a 2-run hit? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like instead of looking to just get on base or just be productive, you're looking to just hit a home run. And if you strike out, it doesn't matter, but it should matter. Like it should matter. Some of
the pitchers have better control over the ball now. I mean, didn't they just change something with the laces or something like that on them?
Yes.
Well, they just they said that they juiced the balls, or there was people were saying they juiced the balls last year, and then they altered them this year to make it so it would deaden the balls a little bit.
They unjuiced them this year.
But didn't they do?
Yeah.
But didn't they do something with the laces
yes.
so that they had a better grip of the ball? When you got a better grip, you can put spin on the ball.
Right.
Yeah, that's also the pitchers are too good. Like the pitchers are too good, and the hitters just can't keep up. So that's why they're talking about moving the mound back because then it'll be a longer distance from pitcher's mound to the play. Well, they did. I mean, they've done that before. They've altered the mound before. I think. Years ago, like decades ago,
with the ball and just leave it the way it is.
Yeah, maybe. But it's also change. But it's also a change in philosophy in the game. Because, like I said, if you don't, you have to care. Strikeouts have to matter because strikeouts are literally just no action. Like nothing's happening. It's just guys standing around.
Baseball's turning into soccer. Even though I love soccer, but people say soccer's boring.
Yeah, but you know what?
Baseball never ended in a tie.
People want excitement when they go to the game. They want to see the hits. They want to see these guys hitting the ball, rounders, whatever, making that diving play.
And Tom
or
and I talked about this last week or the week before, going, what happened? And I feel like I'm repeating myself. Is that I loved when I watched the Yankees. I was a big Yankee fan when I was a kid. Was watching. The bunters when the batter goes and he's looking like this and all of a sudden he goes to the bunt move. You're like, oh my God, what the hell's going to happen? This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Now nobody does that anymore. And Tom's right. Now it's just, they don't take those. They're not being defensive plays. They're just like, all right.
Or back in the day, you could truck the catcher.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys are running in, they could truck the catcher. Now you're going to get fined.
Right.
Well, it just sucks.
Contact sport, Sank.
You used to be able to run them over. No, but it's just like, I just don't like that. There's a lot of there's a lot of games where just no action is happening, where just players just standing around and it's like that. You see, like I don't hate no hitters. I hate that no hitters have become so frequent. Like if they were to happen a few times a year, but it's because the teams can actually, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you need better batters.
We need better hitters
and throw the thing. But like I said, the pitchers have better control with everything that's been going on with the change in the ball and things like that. They've got better control over the ball. So now the ball is doing more and the hitters aren't used to seeing that.
Right. So Tom, what do you think they should do as a league to fix this? Or is there any way to fix it at all?
I don't know. I personally have no idea. Like, I don't know what you're going to do to change the philosophy of baseball minds, because they believe at this point that the best way to success is the way they're doing it now, is the way teams are doing it now. You know, like basically just all or nothing, hit home runs or strike out. That's basically the crux of what the problem is. And the pitchers are too good. Hitters can't keep up. So I don't know if it's
I'd be
moving.
embarrassed if I was a batter, then
If moving the mound back is the thing, then move the mound back and let's see what happens. But
you know what? How about everybody just get steroids for free? Let's
Yeah.
just put it right out there.
Everybody just roid
now
up.
there's going to be home runs galore. Let's screw it. Just that has been a conversation. Somebody brought that up on another show this past week, and I forgot who it was that was talking. It was an athlete, but it wasn't baseball. But they brought up the fact of why not we just legalize it and just be done with it. You know the side effects. You know the what's going to happen to you if you decide to take that chance. Why make it all playing field? Because we know damn well there's still some athletes are still doing steroids. We know there are. It's a common thing whether they get tested or not. LeBron James could probably be taking steroids, but guess what? I'm sure they're not going to find his ass. You know what I'm saying? So just level the playing field, make it legal. Make it regulated, and
it's
be
also
done.
they got to be approved by FDA and all that other stuff.
I understand that. I get that, but
there's things that they can take that is FDA approved.
Yes, yeah, I know creatine
It's
and
not like
I know creatine and OKG. What's his name? The A's batter there, Mark McGuire. His creatine kick brought in a lot of questioning what was going on with that, but creatine is very strong.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it. Like back in the day, I mean, Black Beauties were basically a 5-hour energy drink.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
That's what, that was a
Right.
Black Beauty. People take those things and they it was an energy tablet.
Right, exactly.
And you could buy them in a magazine for Christ's sakes.
Right.
And that was, you can't have those. You can't do that. You can't do that. And all of a sudden it's like, okay. But now you got 5-hour energy drink. You watch these guys are drinking a Red Bull.
Right.
Back
in the day, that would be like, you can't do that.
And that's the thing. It's the same. So.
Well, no, we'll see what happens. Tom, how do you feel about the Mets this week? Who are they playing, and what do you think?
I don't know. They're playing the Rockies right now. It's tied 1-1, but I don't know. They're fielding a AAA team right now because
I know he was watching something too. I know
they're fielding a AAA team right now because everybody's hurt. So
stop jinxing your team. Your team is doing well with 17 fucking players out on the injured
17.
Like,
there's the game in first place with 17 guys on the injured list, and I believe.
Rumor has the water boy.
Rumor has it one of their pitchers is going to be hurt again. So,
Uncle
this is not great.
Uncle Stevie, hey, you're in first place. Just let it go.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how long you can stay in first place with 17 guys on the injured list.
It's only the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
but you can dig yourself a big hole if you don't.
They're
win
doing good right now. Stop. Listen, Mr. Negative Nelly.
They're on a 3-game losing streak.
I'm going to hear about this later if she's watching. Just so you
Tom,
know.
You're supposed to be a Mets fan, not a hater.
I am a Mets fan. I'm not a hater. I'm speaking facts. Facts.
Be positive.
There have been nights where she's actually turned the TV out. She's like, "Are you watching the game?" No, I don't want to watch the game.
Herb, you're not a Mets fan. You don't understand. You're a
right.
Patriots fan.
A
Patriots fan can't talk to me about rooting for anybody because you've had nothing but good feelings for like 10 years.
You know how many times my wife has taken my shoes away from the chair when the Packers are on TV because she's worried I'm going to throw one of them through the television?
Yeah.
You're right.
Fair.
I've never felt your pain, and I probably never will, Tom.
You won't. You definitely won't.
Anyway, I'm not a baseball fan.
Not in baseball. All right. Well, on that note, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on tonight's Sports Edition. I want to thank our sponsors, as always, Body Armor. DrinkBodyArmor.com. Visit the website for a location near you. Make sure that you try their brand new sports energy drink, Body Armor Edge. I hear it's out.
They got a new one.
They got another one?
There's one that's got a grape in it.
Ooh. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have it yet?
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
Grape. I love grape.
But Henry probably is watching it sometime, and he's supposed to be making a trip here.
Is he really?
Yeah. So I'll let you know when he's going to be here.
Can he come on the show?
Well, that's what I want to try and get him on the show.
The big man from Body Armor is going to be on the show, maybe? Oh, yeah. Henry, if you're listening, bring me some Body Armor. My fridge is low.
Refrigerator is empty.
Yes, it is, actually. It's first time in 3 months. But anyway, Body Armor, as I said, the Shirt Factory, visit the shirtfactorygf.com. They just started their first food truck corral this past Thursday. Now it's every Thursday, 4:30 to 8. One of the biggest food truck corrals in upstate New York.
Adding.
And they're adding.
They
now
Hank, added a whole nother parking lot.
Now, Snacks, are they doing I know that obviously COVID restrictions have opened up, but are they bringing back the bounce houses and the face painting yet?
They have right now. They brought back the horse ride, the pony rides.
Oh my God. Okay. That's
so the
very
pony
popular.
rides are back. But I don't think that they're going to bring back the bounce houses and stuff like that till the vaccinations are for the kids.
Gotcha.
So
Live music outside on
they
two
do have
venues.
live music, and they did add. So they now have the parking lot that's behind the Rock Hill Bakery.
Oh,
so
yes.
now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots that food truck and vendors are located at.
See, people, it is now the biggest in upstate New York.
And then he bought a piece of property across the way that he just redid to add the bike trail to it.
Oh, okay.
It's got the train. It's like a station type thing, or
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
switch house. So they're redoing that piece of parcel of property so
awesome.
that they can add more vendors over there. So it is growing. They're
Awesome.
getting new vendors and food trucks and stuff like that. And they did just yesterday sent out an email with the city of Glens Falls that the CDC guidelines are going to be followed, that they do not have to wear a mask if they have been fully vaccinated and waited their time slot, whatever. They don't have to wear a mask, and it's on the honor system. So
very nice.
So
Very
they,
nice.
they did open it up a little bit, which
Good.
is nice because now
Good.
you can walk around and.
So Tom, we got to get you to do a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I know you're working, but if we could get you, Brim might not be able to do all 3 days, but if we could get you to do the food truck.
Does he like to eat?
Tom's
Brim?
No, does Brim like to eat?
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's why-
Brim needs to make it. Listen, Brim needs to take a
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, and
Saturday.
Saturday and come up, because then that way Thursday you can go to the food truck corral. Friday we can go up and hang out up at the lake, and then Saturday go to.
Well, we got a pod one of these days
Yeah,
too. We got to all be
Well,
in
we
the
could do.
studio.
Yeah, we can go Friday night.
Yeah, we
You
can.
know, go Friday night, and then we can go down to the Adventure Family Fun on Saturday.
We'll get you rooms at the Queensberry.
I will definitely talk to him about that.
Yeah, because that'll be fun. But yeah, and people are talking about the food trucks. There are healthy options for the food trucks now. There's some cool vegan food trucks out there and really healthy food. Yeah, there's a vegan food truck out there. I saw it on the page.
I have the Glumpkies,
I know you do, but people want.
and then I go over. Then I travel over to get
but
the
I wanna say
wings,
that
and then I travel over to
I
get the
know.
donuts. Then I travel over.
I thought you were on a diet. So, but I'm saying there's many options for
seafood diet.
It's just I know. There's many options out there for anybody. There's taste for everyone out there. I think, and that's what's awesome about the food truck crowd. And lastly, Adventure Family Fun Center, as I said, visit adventurefamilyfun.com for all their hours and operations. Like I said, one of these days we might have to try to get Justin on and try to maybe even.
Oh, he'd love to get on here. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Oh.
let's get that. That's the owner. We'd love to have him on and let's talk to him about that and do some more with that. Everybody, thank you so much. As always, Tom, any last words? And don't say "Let's go Mets." Well, you know what? You should say "Let's go Mets" because you've been.
I'm not gonna. I was gonna say, great to have you back, Snacks.
Oh,
Thanks, Tom.
oh, look at that.
Go Islanders.
All right, everybody. On that note, everybody have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.